I'm Mike, and we are Herons on the Fly, and we're replacing our bedroom slide seals on our 2017 Tiffin Allegro Red. And if you look up, you can see that the seals are cracked and have deteriorated, and we don't want anything getting in between the seal and the slide. And that includes weather, wind, bugs, any of that sort of stuff. So we're gonna pull this off, and we're gonna replace that seal, and we'll show you how to do that. Well, to do this job, you're gonna need, of course, in our case, we needed about 24 feet of seal because the seals are about 6 feet long. So we have 24 feet of seal. You really need a good electric drill, a nice ratcheting screwdriver, a good pair of scissors, some punches, ball peen hammer, of course markers, and a square. And then I'm going to be pop riveting that thing back in, so you need pop rivets on a pop rivet gun. You need some lubricant, you need some alcohol, and of course you're going to need some sealer for the top pieces or any of the pieces we roll back. Also, one of the most important things is you're going to need some drill bits. And so I'm using titanium drill bits in 5/32 and to drill those holes for the pop rivets. And that's really about it. That and a good ladder, you know, something isn't going to fall over, and somebody to work with you to hand you things up, because once you're up there's nothing worse than having to run back up and down the ladder. But that's it. Let's see how quick we can do this. Oh, and one more thing. You can anticipate, because it could happen, the screws being difficult to get out because they're painted over and they've been in the coach since it was built. So there's probably a certain amount of dissimilar metal corrosion, but that's what we got going this morning. When we're taking these screws out, what we want to do is we want to go easy. We don't want to just run the drill motor full bore. We want to just sort of take them out easy. And as you can see, the screw heads are painted, and that can make it difficult to get a good bite with the tip on your drill. This is sealed all up and down through here, so you can roll this back where you can work on it. And the very top of this seal has a square screw tip in it. So I'm gonna take my screwdriver, and it's a ratcheting screwdriver, and just back it out so that I can pull the seal down. Well, now we have all the fasteners out, and what we want to do is we want to grab a hold of the seal and just pull it down. It's got a little sticky tape on the back, and we can just pull this seal out of the way. And then we're going to use the old seal for a template for the new seal. Now the new seal, when it goes back in, because it's slightly wider, we're going to take and we're not going to strip all this off, because there's a step down here on this. So we're going to be attaching it here all the way up, and we're going to put 5 pop rivets in it all the way up, and that'll hold it in place, and we should be good to go. All right, and this is the reason why we're replacing the seal. You can see all these places where it's broken and it's torn out, and it's completely disintegrated all the way down, and it's not making a good seal. So this is the reason that we're going to replace it. And as you can see, it doesn't take very long. We've been maybe at this maybe 10-15 minutes. It probably took longer to get everything set up and ready to go than it did take the screws out and pull the seal down. And just remember, when you're laying this out, you want to make sure that the orientation is correct, so that the wiper portion of the seal is what's going to be pressed up against the slide. So like the left side of the slide is different than the right side of the slide. So you just need to know that and make sure that you get it correct before you start cutting. So lay it out a couple of times and think about it, and then go ahead and do your thing. Okay, what we're going to do is now we've cut it to size, and now we're going to mark it so that we can cut the spaces out for where the rails for the Swintex slide in. And since this is wider, we want to take, and we have the drawing, and then we'll go here and we'll mark it across. And just a regular Sharpie does a good enough job. So we'll do that, and take a good pair of scissors. Well, now I've got a 5/32 punch and a heavy ball peen hammer, so I can get through here. And I'm gonna knock holes all the way up through here so I can drill and put my rivets in to hold the seal in place. So it's and this does a great job of holding the seal in place. Okay, we take a little rubbing alcohol, put it on a rag, and here where we're going to be sticking the seal to it, we clean down this side over here. We're not going to worry about this, but we are going to make sure we get this nice and smooth and clean on that side, get the dirt off of it so it adheres well. So what we're going to do is, there's some sticky on the back here. We're going to pull this down to start the seal in the correct position, and before we drill anything, and we'll just put it right in here and pull this off. All right. All right, so we're drilling the last two holes in the seal and in the angle inside. Then we're going to take a pop rivet, put a washer on it so it has, the head has a little bigger bearing space. Put it in the pop rivet gun. And that should break off. You can see we've got it in there nice and tight. And that's that. So what we're going to do next, now we've got all the pop rivets in, we're going to replace all our screws with the screws that we took out. And remember, when we took them out, went real easy coming out. Well, we're going to do the same thing going back in. Well, here we are. It took actual full time. It took 45 minutes to an hour because you got to lay out and cut and all that stuff. But we put all our screws back in and lined up the colors even, so that it'll look good going all the way up the side. So yeah, it's not that big a deal. And this seal ought to last for quite some time. It's got a nice seal on it, and yeah, we should be good. Well, if you enjoyed this video and it'll be helpful to you in the future, like, share, and subscribe. We appreciate you, and We are herons on the fly.